Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about a little life update where I've been. Work has been so busy, so we're just going to talk about my June wrap up, my July TBR, basically the current book I'm reading, and the fact that I'm in a little book slump. And then I'm also going to be including some trips I have planned and some exciting things that are happening. Believe me when I say there are not many books to talk about. That's the stressful, nerve-wracking butterfly part for me. I know this sounds absolutely ridiculous, trust me. I am aware. If you feel like there's a book that's gonna get me out of a slump, tell me, I need it. Before we get into this video, if you have not, please like and subscribe down below. That way you don't miss any more of my videos. And without further ado, let's start with my June wrap up. Because it's already July, we need to get that out of the way. And believe me when I say there are not many books to talk about. I finished 3 books in June, and one of the books I started in May. So did I read a full book in June? No. So the first book that I finished that I actually have a full video on, so I will be sure to link that in the iCard. One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. I cannot believe it's been about a month since I've read this book. I loved it. If you want more real and raw reactions on this book, check out that video. I read both of her books, Every Summer After and then One Golden Summer, and talked about them. This was my favorite one. I ended up rating this 5 stars. I loved it, and I loved the romance, but I also loved the summer aspect of it and our main character. I just could relate to a lot of this book, and the fact that having that summer fun and like freedom feeling, this book puts you right into that feeling of summer. So I really enjoyed it. 5 stars for this one. The next book that I finished was Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. This I had heard amazing things about, but for some reason I just didn't read it. I couldn't find it in me to pick up this book and read it. When I say this was a cute book, that's exactly what it was. It's short, it's sweet. I listened to a lot of it on audiobook because I was driving a lot at the time, and I didn't realize that both characters had kind of like a disability, and I thought that was absolutely adorable. Cutest thing ever. And the relationship between the two, I think the male main character was so wholesome and genuine. Their chemistry was just so good, and I'm glad that I picked this book up. I want to pick up her next book, but I don't know that it has as much love as this one, so you'll have to let me know. This book I ended up rating a 4 star. It wasn't anything crazy, but do I recommend it? Absolutely. It was super cute, and I felt like there were times when I was laughing, but you also get the real and raw emotions that go through kind of an unplanned pregnancy, just meeting someone, getting used to living with someone. You get all of that, as well as the friendships and their friendship and relationship chemistry as well. The last book that I finished in June was Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. I thought I was going to absolutely love this book. Was it good? Yes, but I rated it a 4 star. I just could not get hooked on this book, and not lying, it could have been a book slump type of thing. I don't think this is the book that put me in a slump, but I just so happened to like start to not wanting to read as much, like sit down and read. So it took me a while to get through this book, longer than I wanted, if I'm being honest. There was nothing wrong with it. I definitely tabbed some things. I think I just could not relate to the characters as much as I wanted to. And I kept thinking like, she's so old with kids and like he's old, but I just like, I couldn't see their relationship the way I wish I did. So this could possibly be a me thing. I'm still gonna rate it 4 stars. So it wasn't a 3 star. It was better than a 3. It just wasn't a 5 for me. So Summer Romance got a 4 out of 5 stars. So I had so many great and amazing plans for reading this month in June, and it just did not work out. I kind of got into a reading slump. I just didn't want to sit down and read. I would pick up like an audiobook and listen to it, but then I ran out of hours. So then I was also really busy with birthdays and baby showers. And so I think it was just a bad time to be reading for me, and I didn't want to force it. So me talking to you, I probably have not read in about a week, maybe a little bit more than a week. So I had gotten back into a book that I had recently started and then kind of soft DNF'd, and that was Summer in the City by Alexis Astor. I was only on like chapter 4 or 5, and now I am on, oh, I'm in the middle of a chapter. That's the worst. But I'm basically on chapter, oh, like 15. So I have gotten a bit of the ways through this book. However, not that I'm soft DNFing it. I'm just like soft DNFing my entire TBR cart right now. I don't know what it is. I'm hoping to get back into reading soon. I'm just not forcing it. So I do have some great, amazing book plans for July, and we'll just see what happens. With that being said, I am not going to be choosing a July TBR. I'm going to keep the same TBR that I had last month and just continue it into this month, because I had video plans for that. And I will say 2 of the books I read were for, you know, my June TBR. So I did get some of it checked off, but there are certain books that I want to finish. So my plan is just to keep the same July TBR as June and see what happens. That's the hope. I'm sorry. Not a lot of book videos this like last few weeks, but genuinely it's just because I have not been reading, and that kind of gets me into work as well, because I think that's been a very, very stressful time. Our computer systems have been shut down entirely. We have not had any computer systems, any internet for 2 weeks now. And I'm a PTA, so if you don't know what that is I basically come up with exercises and treat patients. Ours are hour-long appointments, so I might have 7 patients in one day. It just depends on the day. So that's 7 hours of daily notes that I am doing. And when it was on computer, a lot of it was already imported. That is not the case. We are handwriting everything, which means everyone is there so much longer. It's not just hard on me, it's hard on everyone. But I just feel the exhaustion so much. And I go in early, I come out late every day. I'm still babysitting Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I've just been really, really tired. And I think reading requires some brain power to sit down and read, and that's why I said I kind of prefer the audiobooks. And Balta and I have been watching The Walking Dead. If you have like watched my vlogs, I have mentioned that, but I've already watched it through, but we're watching it together because he hasn't. So it's so much easier just to like watch an episode and not have to really think versus sit down and read. So there's that. Just to put it very short, work has been so long and so tiring that by the time I get home, it's hard to film. It's hard to really do anything because I just need to relax. So that's the honest truth. Kind of veering off of that, I have also started my first full marathon training yesterday. So if you did not know, if you don't have me on Instagram, I don't think I've mentioned it anywhere else. I was able to sign up for the Dopey Challenge, the Walt Disney World Marathon Dopey weekend in March. So that means I will be doing a 5K, 10K, half marathon, full marathon in January. And the full marathon happens to fall on my birthday, with it, which I just think is so magical and so exciting. However, I've only ever done a half marathon. That's the largest distance I've ever walk ran. And I've done, I think 3 now. I think I've done 2. Maybe I've done 2. I don't know. I think I've done 2. Anyway, so I've done a handful of half marathons, but this will be my first full marathon. I am kind of using a handful of apps, Strava, Runna, 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 Strava, Run I'm kind of using like the Jeff Galloway like program that they have on the runDisney website. So that started yesterday. I'll show you my wall of papers, but that means Tuesdays and Thursdays I need to do some kind of exercise. I will probably primarily be doing running, walking for 45 minutes. And then on Saturdays are my mile days. So 5 miles, 3 miles, 10 miles, 7 miles. It kind of just fluctuates. So I just need to look at the day and it tells me. And then eventually I'll start doing some Sundays as well. But during the week, it's only Tuesdays and Thursdays, which works perfectly with my schedule because Mondays and Wednesdays are my late days. So I wouldn't be able, I mean, I could, but it'd be awful to do it on my late days. So my dad will just be watching the nephew, his grandson, for like about 45 minutes so I can get that done. So I'm very appreciative for that. But yeah, so yesterday was my first day, tomorrow will be my second day, and then Saturday this week will be done. So that's exciting. I have a lot of trips. So let me show you the schedule really quick and then we'll move on to the next thing. So this is what it looks like. I put it on the back of my door because it is a 28-week program. So up here I just have the title, but then here it lists week 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it just goes. It brings me up to the races and then gives me a 1-week recovery. So basically what I will be doing is just highlighting the days that I finish, and then I will check off the week at the end. But as you can see, we have 3 miles, 4 miles, 3 miles. So it just kind of fluctuates, but these primarily stay 45. It looks like the whole entire time, but towards like week 10, for example, I'm doing like 11 miles on a Saturday. And then once we hit week 12, it's a back-to-back. So I'll do 4 miles and then just walking, and then I'll do 13 miles run walking. So it does change here and there, but that gives me my program. The highest mileage it looks like that I will be doing is 26 miles run walk on a Sunday. So, and then we have like a 23 mile over here. But anyway, now because I have done runDisney races in the past, or just races in general, I know it's not going to kill me if I miss a day or two with the running, or I can't complete as many miles. That's what I was going to say about like the 26 miles on a Saturday. That's a lot out of my, on a Sunday, that's a lot out of my Sunday. And depending on the weather, it might be snowing. So that's where it's really gonna just depend. We're just gonna have to kind of play it by ear, but I'm hoping the consistency is what helps a lot, because I have done 5K, 10K, half marathon twice now in a row, and the 5 and the 10 are great. The half marathon is a little bit more rough because the next day, that recovery I'm not gonna have because I'm gonna go straight into a full marathon. So that's the stressful, nerve-wracking butterfly part for me. So yes, that is in January. And then exciting news again, we were able to get me signed up for the half marathon in February. My mom, we could not get her in. We got me in and it sold out right away. Honestly, it was a sad day. A lot of people did not get in, and a lot of people had a hard time. The website like crashed. They had to move us all to a different page. It was a whole story. And if you guys ever want a video describing like registration, but then also the races itself, going to Expo, the races in general, is it worth it? I would love to do a video like that, so please let me know. We were able to get me signed up for the half marathon. I could not get into the challenge. It sold out, which is it's such a bummer. I think I will still do the 10K, and then maybe I can just purchase the challenge medal is what I'm guessing. I don't know. We'll see. But we're still trying to get my mom in if it opens at all. So that's the hope. A lot of them are starting to open up because people are, I don't know, returning their stuff, or maybe just some spots are opening. So anyway, we will be going in January and in February, so that's exciting. I'm hoping to go back to Disney. I know this sounds absolutely ridiculous, trust me. I am aware, but I'm hoping to go back to Disney later next year as well. That's just something for my own that I kind of want to do. However, those 2 trips are scheduled and the training is going. It's in movement. Along with that, we have some more trips scheduled, just shorter trips. So later this month, I have a bridal shower, baby shower, and then I'm also going to Tennessee. So I think I might film that. My mom and sister are going to a concert, so me and Balta are just gonna come along and we're just gonna hang out in Tennessee. Then next month, so in August, my mom and I are gonna go to Texas for her birthday. So I will probably film that. I've never been to Texas. I'm trying to honestly check off all of the states. That was a recent goal of mine. Like, I just want to go to as many states as I can because I think that's more reasonable than going out of the country. It's a lot less planning and less, well, I won't say less money, but less planning for sure. It's a little bit easier to do different states than go out of the country. So yes, those are the trips currently that I have scheduled, and that gives me something to kind of work towards, and those will all be filmed obviously. And so yes, that's basically the life update at the moment. I need a drink of water. I'm better. What I'm thinking is I might stick to a lot of weekends in the lives right now. I do want to read, okay? It's me, I want to read, but it's just hard right now. That's that. I might do like a training week in the life as well, because I'm hoping to listen to audiobooks. So then we'll get a little book, but we're also getting my marathon training, so you can kind of see more into that. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. If you have any recommendations for videos, please help a girl out. And same goes for books. If you feel like there's a book that's gonna get me out of a slump, tell me. I need it, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video was a little sporadic. I've tried to keep it pretty structured, but if you guys enjoyed it, thank you for sticking around, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.